Shalom. First and foremost, as always, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem HaKakodash. I want to give double honors to my apostles at Great Millstone who taught me His truth. And a sincere shalom to the elect out there teaching His truth and all honesty and sincerity in these last days. I'm the brother Yesharon. This is a economy update. A few brothers and sisters out there. Okay, I got an article here, and then I got to mention a couple articles that I read. We're not going to go into those articles, but all you really need to know is just the facts, okay? Because things are at a point now where the economy is starting to, especially in Babylon, is starting to take a second nosedive. It already collapsed earlier this year. Okay, and it's starting to take a second nosedive, and there's been talks that the economy is pretty much on life support right now as far as printing money. Okay, and that's depreciating the value of the currency. You know, you see Bitcoin and all those different digital currencies going through the roof. You know, the elites are making moves and planning to move toward a new world order, and they're doing it at a rapid pace, okay? This is from CNBC. It says 1.4 million American workers apply for unemployment benefits as relief bill negotiations drag on. Key points. Sometimes all you need is the key points. Initial claims for unemployment benefits hit 1.4 million last week, according to the Labor Department. That's the highest level since mid-September. Okay, because these states, they're opening up and they're shutting down, and they're opening up. They're shutting down. Okay, and the federal government hasn't been supporting the states with the extra assistance anymore. All right, that's why there's so many eyes are on this new stimulus bill, because unlike before when the economy was just humming along, now they pretty much have to come up with some kind of solution. Okay, you have the jab coming out, and you know, they need funding to mobilize it. They need funding for testing. They need funding for this, that, and the other thing, okay? Because reserves are running low. The dynamic points to rising layoffs. According to economists, while Congress continues talks on a COVID relief bill, okay? And the scriptures say, what do the scriptures say about a house divided amongst itself? Because that's what's going on with the U.S. government. They've been talking about this relief bill since August. Okay? And they still can't agree on certain things. Matthew 12:25, and Yahushua knew their thoughts and said unto them, every kingdom divided against itself is brought to desolation, and America is divided. Okay? It is divided. You know, you've seen this election happen, and it just showed you how divided this country was. You know, there's no clear path moving forward. Okay? And every city or house divided against itself shall not stand. It's primarily talking about the U.S. government, you know. It's either too much unemployment benefits or there's too much bailouts for the states. There's too much extra bullshit in the bill. You know, it's just one thing after another, man. It's either too little money or too much money. You know, there's no middle ground with American politics right now. Okay? Luke 11:17. I'm just going to... but he, knowing their thoughts, said unto them, every kingdom divided against itself is brought to desolation, and a house divided against a house falleth. Right, we're seeing this country fall through, man. The house fall through. Okay? The scriptures say through much slothfulness the building decayeth, okay? Because there's also talks about infrastructure projects and all kinds of things, you know? America needs to build itself, build its infrastructure to support this New World Order vision. Okay? That's in Ecclesiastes. I'll just put building decayeth. Ecclesiastes 10 and 18, right? Because America suffers from aging infrastructure. Now you'll see where I'm getting at with this. This economy update isn't just about unemployment. Okay, it's about how much money this place needs to spend. Okay, the country is already broke, but the more money they print. Okay, and I got to mention this fact. The other headline that I was going to bring out was that something like 22% of U.S. dollars in circulation have been printed in the past couple years, okay? Ecclesiastes 10 and 18, by much slothfulness the building decayeth, because it seems like all these other nations are building up their infrastructures and getting ready for this new society that's being built. But here it is, America's just humming along. It's like 50 different countries divided. And through idleness of the hands, the house droppeth through. They need money for this, they need money for that. You know, but the house is divided and they can't get the money together, man. It's either too much or too little, or you know, the plans aren't efficient. Okay, because it's not always about money. Sometimes it's about having a good plan, okay? Because a good plan works with less money. But we know that, okay, we're, 35, 36 weeks into the pandemic, and here it is, America has given you a $1,200 stimulus check that basically helped the small businesses out for a couple months, and then they gave them the middle finger. Okay, and that's why millions of businesses are in danger of closing. Okay, then you have, they basically gave you a $1,200 check, you know, a little more if you have a family, and said, here, go do what you can. And now in this new bill, hey, let's compare Babylon to the other countries, because in Babylon, they don't care about the people. They always have money for corporate bailouts and to bomb another country. But when it comes to helping people in need during a pandemic, they don't have the money. Okay, but here it is. Canada's been paying their people every month. Australia's been giving people money every month. The UK, other countries. Okay, but this is supposedly the richest country in the world. Okay? I mean, it's looking like the world's laughing stock and joke. All right. Well, let's go back to the article. The dynamic points to rising layoffs, according to economists. While Congress continues talks on a COVID relief bill, meanwhile, coronavirus cases are surging, and whether you believe the numbers or not, okay, the cases are surging. Okay, that's what we're being fed. All right, now it's at the point where people are starting to know somebody with the disease, okay? Or know somebody that has recovered, or know somebody who's in another family that has gotten it and succumbed to it, or whatever. You know? I mean, obviously, we don't believe the official numbers, you know? That's just how brothers are, man, you know? We're more skeptical about the bullshit that's being put in front of us. But there's no doubt that it's surging, man. You know, especially when they start cranking up Well, hey, they've been cranking up this 5G technology, okay? Meanwhile, coronavirus cases are surging, job growth is slowing, and there are millions more unemployed workers than available jobs. And they're moving toward automation as well, okay? Automation is going to be one of the things that saves the day. A lot of those jobs that people have lost are not coming back. I'm not going to say all of them aren't, but a lot of them are not coming back. Okay, this is a reset going on. All right? So they're going to have to come up with some kind of solution. Probably UBI, Universal Basic Income, where they're going to have to give everybody just a basic amount of money. Now, this has never been tried before. Okay, and with the dollar depreciating at the level it is, all right, it's going to be a rough time, man. Okay, because how many more trillions are they going to have to print to get through this crisis? Because the max ain't going to end it. Okay, you got all these, the stock market at an all-time high. Oh, we're optimistic that once the max gets fully out there, everything will go back to normal. No, it ain't going back to normal, man. It might get a little better, but it ain't going back to normal. Okay, these investors, they don't know the plans of the elites. They're walking around in darkness, man. Okay. Oh yeah, I'm just gonna skim through this. COVID relief bill would add $300 boost to jobless benefits for 16 weeks. Stimulus bill may include eviction moratorium, $25 billion in rental help. Will the next COVID relief bill contain $600 or $1,200 checks? They might only put a $600 check in this. All right, the $600 check, man. They might as well buy everybody fucking PlayStations. PlayStation 5s and Xboxes. With that little amount of money. Just goes to show you, man, where the priority lies. Okay? But this is all a ploy to get Babylon deeper in debt. Okay? And to depreciate the dollar so that these digital currencies and this new system, this new economic system, which will eventually be based on the mark of the beast, the chip. Okay, what they're doing is they're slowly depreciating the dollar. Let's look that up. Currency depreciation is a fall in the value of a currency in a floating exchange rate system. Orderly currency depreciation can increase a country's export activity as its products and services become cheaper to buy. What is dollar depreciation? Currency depreciation in the context of the US dollar refers to the decline in value of the dollar relative to another currency. Okay? These include monetary policy, rising prices or inflation, demand for currency, economic growth, and export prices. Okay, so rising prices, man. You know, currency depreciation. And all countries are printing like crazy. You know, they're moving away from fiat currencies, man. And you see these digital currencies, in turn, going through the roof for it. because of that. So what that does is that makes other currencies, primarily digital currencies in this case, to be more attractive. So people move away from these fiat currencies, okay? See, the dollar's getting pretty low, man. Let's go to a 6-month. Yeah, it looks like it's it looks really bad according to this chart. Okay. Honestly, things are looking so bad for the dollar right now, it might actually go up with more stimulus. Let's go year to date. Okay. Now keep in mind it has gotten a lot lower in times past. All right, but the more that this place struggles with dealing with the pandemic, okay, the lower it's going to go. Because you see, let's go back to 6-month. You see little blips where it goes up. You know, that's because of optimism. You know, and then the cases surge, and then the dollar goes down, and the cases go down, and the dollar goes up. You know, basically the dollar is slowly losing purchasing power. Let's go to the 3-year. Okay. Well, keep in mind, the U.S. dollar isn't even doing that bad right now. Okay. Now, what's going on is, I mean, it is bad, but let's look at all, actually. This would be interesting. Okay, as you can see, it's gone through much lower valuation phases in terms of other currencies, okay? It's gotten much lower. Okay, but the thing is that nobody's got any money right now. Okay, nobody's got any money right now, and it's still low. Okay. Let me get a couple more scriptures, and then we'll wrap it up. Okay, because people think that because things are somewhat normal in price right now. I mean, I know prices get a little wonky here and there, and that the jab is around the corner. They think that normalcy is gonna people think that normalcy is going to return, and it's not. Okay, the reason for that is because you know, these people, they just don't know the plans of the elites. That's why they're going to line up, especially Jake, to get jabbed. Okay. This is 2 Ezra 16:18, the beginning of sorrows and great mournings, the beginning of famine and great death. This is just the beginning of it, okay? The beginning of wars, and the powers shall stand in fear. The beginning of evils. What shall I do when these evils shall come? Trust in Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. All right, and use wisdom, man. You know, if you brothers got extra money, trade based on prophecy. Okay? What do you do when you're part of a sinking ship? You jump out of it. Behold, famine and plague. Is that not happening right now? Is there not record amounts of Americans lining up at these food banks, and the food banks are running out of money? That was also one of the pressing issues on why they got to get a relief bill done. People are going hungry right now. All right? You know, and you got a lot of people that, well, the American definition of going hungry. Okay, because you got a lot of fat asses in America that think that because they can't eat 3 big ass meals in a day and they got to go down to 2, that all of a sudden they're fucking starving. Or they can't have their turkey on Thanksgiving. Oh no, right? Behold, famine and plague, tribulation and anguish are sent as scourges for amendment. for change, right? So hey, the Most High is sending the message, man. The Most High is sending the message to stop depending on these devils. But for all these things, they shall not turn from their wickedness, nor be always mindful of the scourges. Because people are just looking for things to return to normal, man. They're looking to get jabbed and get them little machines put in them and get their DNA changed. Behold, victuals shall be so good cheap upon earth, that they shall think themselves to be in good case. And even then shall evils grow upon earth. Okay, so things are going to get worse. Just because victuals are cheap, right? Gas is relatively cheap. You know, food is, I mean, it's getting pricey for certain things, but for the most part, it's reasonable. Okay, prices are still somewhat reasonable right now. That they shall think themselves to be in good case, and even then shall evils grow upon earth, sword, famine, and great confusion. And that's the main thing that's messing with people's minds, is the confusion, man. You know, they don't have that wisdom and knowledge that makes them stable in these times. Okay? I want to get Habakkuk the second chapter. Getting back into debt, okay? Habakkuk 2 and 5. Yea, also because he transgresseth by wine, he is a proud man, neither keepeth at home, who enlargeth his desire is hell. Right, and what is the main engine behind that? The American military, okay? America is a hegemonic power, and when you're a hegemonic power, okay, the swimming pool's got to keep getting bigger and bigger. But now the swimming pool is getting smaller, and there's more dollars in the pool. Who enlargeth his desire as hell, and is as death, and cannot be satisfied, but gathereth unto him all nations, and heapeth unto him all people. Right, a New World Order. Shall not all these take up a parable against him, and a taunting proverb against him, and say, woe to him that increaseth that which is not his? How long into him that ladeth himself with thick clay? All right, when you look up that word, that term thick clay, it's talking about weight of debt or pledges, and it's killing this place right now, because if they didn't spend all them trillions and trillions and trillions and trillions of dollars on bullshit, they would have money to give to people. Okay, but hey, man, maybe these elites, maybe they're trying to not overheat the printing presses to gather up for war against China or something, man, or war against Iran. You know, we don't know. Okay, we're gonna have to wait and see. Okay, but until then, all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, by Hashem Yahweh Shai, by Hashem Kakodash. Till next time, Shalom.